Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to do the para number 6, just number 6 of Quran al-Kareem. That is Ya ayyuhallazina amanu. Let's to see what this para teaches us. Imagine you are on a journey through a dense forest, right? If you follow the right path, marked with clear signs, you will reach safely to your destination, right? But if you ignore the signs, you might get lost or fall into danger, or might sometimes the shortcut is shown to you, you just to follow that and you might gonna be in trouble. Okay, so this para is going to be like kind of guidepost in the journey of life. Let's to see what kind of the teachings we are going to see in this para. First one is going to teach us how to follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands and Allah's command, and then stories of the past nations and their mistakes. After that, the importance of justice and honesty, rules about halal and haram food, and the significance of salah and zakat and hajj are given in this para. Let's to see them one by one. This surah basically, this para number 6 or the juz number 6 of Quran, it comprises of Surah Al-Ma'idah from verse number 1. Um, it do have the Surah Al-Ma'idah, the surah given in it, from the verse 1 to verse number 81. So if we just to see the commands and orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this para number 6, first one is obey Allah's laws and keep promises. The verse number 1 of Surah Al-Ma'idah, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, awfu bil uqudi, O you who have believed, fulfill all contracts. If we just to understand this verse, the whole of it, it teaches us Islam teaches us to be honest and fulfill our promises, our agreements, whether in business, family, or society. So we should abide by our promises. Next one is eating only halal food. حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير. Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 3. This teaches us prohibited to you are dead animals, blood, and flesh of swine. So Allah commands us to eat only halal food for our physical and spiritual purity. So that's what eating halal food means. The dead animals are prohibited, the blood of the animals are prohibited, and the flesh of swine. Next one, justice in testimony. Always speak the truth. This is going to be the one kind of the trait of a Muslim. If we just do follow it, almost all of the traits we are going to just to have in our personality very easily. There is a kind of the story in mentioned in Ahadith where the Prophet Muhammad, I mostly said to you guys in the to the students in the class sessions where I mentioned like if somebody starts saying truth, like one man came to the Prophet Muhammad and he do have some he was involved in the sins like to theft and telling a lie and some other kind of such things, and he was like, I wanted just to leave all of these sins, but it's very difficult for me. Just kindly suggest me one thing that I just do follow and I will just do get escape, or I can just to leave all the bad habits and the habits of all other sins. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam just do teach him to speak the truth, no matter what kind of the condition it is, no matter what kind of the situation it is. So you have to speak the truth. And the next day, when he came to the Prophet Muhammad, he told the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yesterday I didn't do any wrong thing, any sin, just cause of this habit of saying truth. Because whenever I was about to do something, I just to make realize whenever I'm gonna just do be present before Prophet Muhammad, if he asks me what kind of the sins you did, I can't tell a lie, and even to say the truth is going to be difficult for me. So just to speak truth before you, I just keep myself restrained from all other sins. So this is how, if we just do follow to be truthful in our life, we try to be truthful in our life, all other sins are gonna just to be parted from us. We can just leave and keep ourselves restrained from all other kind of the sins very easily. Okay. ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. This is Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 8. And do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, that is nearer to the righteousness. Now, the most difficult thing we ever feel, like we don't like someone, we dislike someone, and we have to give the decision in his favor, right? Or in the favor of that person. So that's basically Quran teaches us, even you dislike someone, we should be fair and make justice in our decisions when we have a kind of a situation that we have to give decision, and someone before us for whom we are going to make the decision. We might dislike them, or we might have some kind of a disputes already with them. But when we are going to make justice, when we talk about the justice, when we're going to make decision, we should be like we should be very honest in it, we should be very fair in it. Just thinking like if we want to be nearer to righteousness, then we need to be just and fair. Next one is prohibition of alcohol and gambling. The verse number 90 of Surah Al-Ma'idah mentions, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu innama al-khamru wal-maisiru wal-ansabu wal-azlamu rijsu min amali shaitan. Now, O you who have believed, indeed intoxicants, gambling, or sacrificing on stone altars to other than Allah, and diving arrows are but defilement from the work of Shaitan. So basically, if we just do focus on our heading point, so it's going to be alcohol and gambling are forbidden because they destroy families and societies. Because we are going through all of these paras shortly, so I will just to mention the basics. And if we want to know more details, we can go with the tafsir of these verses. Next one is Prophet stories in para number 6. The one of them is Prophet Musa and Bani Israel stories mentioned. One of the most detailed story in this para is about Musa alayhi salam and Israelites, that is mentioned like Bani Israel's disobedience, about their disobedience. And the verse number 20 of Surah Al-Ma'idah explains, وَيُسْحِي عَلَيْكُمْ, and recall وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ يَا قَوْمِ اذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. And the translation of it is, and recall when Musa said to his people, O my people, remember the favor of Allah upon you. And the message we got from here, if we just shortly describe the story, the Bani Israel saw many miracles, but they still disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must should always be grateful to Allah's blessing. And then the story of the cow with Prophet Musa is a little bit explained in this para as well. We already covered in the previous para as well. وإذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة. And recall when Musa said to his people, indeed Allah commands you to slaughter a cow. Okay, so if we just read the whole story mentioned about the cow and the Prophet Musa's nation, Bani Israel, we just got the message. We got the message that obedience to Allah should be without unnecessary questioning. When we talk about the faith, it about just to having belief on Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. The table spread, the Prophet Esau's story and his miracles were given. One of them is the table spread. إذ قال حواريون يا عيسى ابن مريم هل يستطيع ربك أن ينزل علينا مائدة. If we just do check Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 112, when the disciples said, when the disciples said, O Isa, son of Maryam, can your Lord send down to us a table, spread the food from the heaven? So when they asked for it, Prophet Isa just showed them their pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to show them this miracle, and then Allah sent the table of food for the disciples of in the for when Prophet Isa prayed for them, and Allah showed them this miracle, and they were amazed with it. And after that, the kind of the message we got from here, the disciples of Isa alayhi salam asked for miracles, but true faith means believing without needing proof. Okay, worshipping ibadah from the 5 pillars of Islam in para number 6. Okay, when we talk about the disciples ask for miracles, but true faith means believing about needing proof. Now, if we talk about having faith on Allah needs proof, it's not the proof. We need to use our wisdom. We need to just do concentrate round about us. There are so many signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's oneness, the power, the authority of Allah, and being exalted is shown in the nature and all around about us in our life, in our body. There are so many things that are miraculously working, and we just need to focus and we just need to understand them. So that's why, without asking unnecessary questions, we should try to ponder about the things and the signs Allah just to shown to us to believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, next one we need to see which one kind of the ibadah and worships are mentioned in the para number 6 from the 5 pillars of Islam. First one, the verse number 55 of Surah Al-Ma'idah explains, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِاللَّهِ. and establish prayer. Wa aqimus salat, and establish prayer. Wa atu zakat. First it talks about salah, that is one of the five pillars. Then wa atu zakata, give zakat, that is about the charity. Wa tasimu billah, and hold fast to Allah. Hold fast to Allah means when we need to be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follow the commands of Allah and the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That basically means to be connected with Quran and to have belief on Quran and to follow the Quran. Okay, that is next one is zakat and charity. That we already covered in the previous verse. Next one is Hajj and pilgrimage. Which things are mentioned here about it? About the pilgrimage, it is mentioned. وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَصَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا. Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 97. Allah has made the Kaaba the sacred house, a means for establishment for the people. And now, if we shortly see what kind of the messages we got from today's para number 6. First one is always fulfill your promises and eat only halal food and avoid haram things. Be fair and just in all matters, no matter even if it's gone against you or someone whom you don't like. And stay away from alcohol and gambling. Pray regularly and give charity. Learn from the mistakes of past nations. And the conclusion we got from here is powerful chapter that teaches us how to live righteous life. It reminds us of the mistakes of past nations, just like the nation of Prophet Musa and the nation of Prophet Isa, and the importance of following Allah's laws. If we obey our lives, we will be blessed. And the question for today is, what did you learn from Prophet Musa alayhi salam's story? You can just do let me know in the chat section. May Allah guide us and helps us to follow the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the commands of Allah. Ameen. That's all for today. Have a nice day. See you inshallah in the next lesson. Till then, take care of yourselves. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.